as to ascertain that no one was claiming the child. He seems to be all alone.
Do you know who he is?
No. Do you?
No. We'd better try to find out.
He fetched the child out from under his arm and stood him on the ground, and without letting go of him, squatted down beside him, so that he was able to talk to him on his own level.
Now, you imp, can you tell us your name?
The boy knuckled his eyes, depositing more dirt on an already filthy face. Joe.
Well, Joe, we should like to know where you live.
Without speaking, the boy pointed in the general direction of the park gate.
That's not much help. Can you take me to your home?
This was answered with a silent look of incomprehension. Judging by his clothes, he must come from a very poor area, Kate said. How did he get here?
I imagine he walked.
He looked up at Kate, standing hesitantly beside him. The expression of concern on her lovely face did her credit, he decided. Not many young ladies would bother about a little urchin, and would certainly never think of touching one.
Don't look so worried, miss. I'll take charge of him, if you have other things to do.
Kate hesitated. How did she know this man was trustworthy? And suppose he couldn't find the child's parents, what would he do? London was a huge place, and the boy's little legs must have carried him quite a long way if he lived in the rookeries of the city, which his ragged clothes indicated he almost certainly did. What are you going to do with him?
Try to find his parents.
How?
That's a good question, he said, noting her wariness. I shall take him to the areas where I think he may be known, and ask if anyone recognizes him.
It'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Probably. Have you a better idea?
No. But will you be safe?
Oh, I think so, he said. I'm a doctor, you see, and sometimes I have to venture into places that respectable young ladies can know nothing of.
Of course I know of them, she said sharply. I don't go about with my head in the sand. He looked down at the boy, now contentedly sucking his thumb, the only bit of him that was clean, and looking from one to the other, as if wondering which one to cling to.
You want to go home to your ma and pa, don't you, my lad?
Joe nodded. Are you sure you wish to take responsibility for him? Kate asked. After all, it was I who picked him up. The child had tugged at her heartstrings, and his welfare was important to her, as was the welfare of all children, whoever they were, rich or poor. She couldn't help it. If she saw a child needing help, she must do what she could. It had got her into trouble with her grandmother on more than one occasion. Giving to the poor is one thing, she had said. I applaud that in you, but to touch them is entirely another. You never know what you might pick up, and you will get yourself talked about, none of which discouraged her.
What would you do if I left him with you? He asked.
The same as you, I expect. Tried to find his parents.
How?
His question gave her a moment's pause, but she wasn't going to admit she was flawed. Talk to the boy, she said. Gain his trust. Ask him to take me to his home, as you have done.
You think you can go into the slums, knocking on doors?
I would if I had to.
I don't doubt it. But you would soon be in trouble. No, I think you should leave it to me.
Very well, but if you don't mind, I will come with you.
I don't think that's a good idea, Miss...
He paused, waiting for her to supply a name. I'm not a miss. I'm Mrs. Meredith, and I'm not a delicate flower nurtured in a hothouse, so you may take that condescending smile from your face.
I beg your pardon, ma'am. Dr. Simon Redfern, at your service.
He doffed his hat and swept her an exaggerated bow which made her laugh. It was a pleasant sound, and in spite of himself had him smiling in response. So, Dr. Redfern, let's see where this young man leads us, shall we?
I think you'll regret it.
I'll regret it if I leave him.
Why? Do I look like an abuser of infants?
She looked up into his face and felt herself colouring to think that he had so quickly taken her up on what she said. She hadn't meant that, had she? On the other hand, just because a man dressed like